Recording in progress.
Right, Lamai, today I'm going to discuss the press paper of the mock exam paper. Before I move into the discussion, Buddha, do you have any question? These days you should have questions, Buddha. Anything to ask? No? Right. Lamai, anytime when you study, right, if you have a question, please let me know. Anytime, no problem. My number is open you 24 hours, right? So no problem. So you can ask any question anytime. Any question means subject related. Okay, then Aman. Sandil, can you hear me? Are you there? Or... Okay, got you. Right. Right. I think you can see the screen I'm sharing. Yes. Which statement would be classified by an economist as a positive statement. Right? Here, positive statement is the government will not increase direct taxes. Will not increase direct taxes. Very, very. It's a fact, Lama. Right? Government has made a decision, direct decision, right? A straightforward decision. Government says that government will not increase direct taxes. It might be indirect taxes. We don't know. But anyway, that is all about. I mean, what is actually going on. Okay, I think all other statements are normative statements. Right? Any question? Do you need any explanations on this? Answer number 4. It's very, very, you can see fifth one, fair, unfair, Lamai. Fair, unfair means it's all about subjective statement, or we can say that all the value based or opinion based. Third one, government should increase indirect taxes. It is but that normative statement. Maintaining the real income of the pensioners needs to be a priority. We can't say like that, but no any fact, no any research base or the fact based information. Just say something, right? Balancing the budget cannot be more important than reducing inflation. We can say, and also no any that source or any fact. It's not open to discussion, right? So answer should be number 4. Anyone? Any question? No. Right. Second one, a tourist visit the port coast for a holiday. On her first day, she visits the local tourist office for information, goes for a swim in the sea, spend the evening enjoying the view of the coastline, and rents a campsite for an overnight stay. Which activities involve economic good and which involves free goods? Lamai? Here, answer should be number one, I think. Free goods. Yes, campaign and information are not free goods, Sudha. They are economic goods, even though campaign and information. Sometimes with the information, even though we receive information at free of charge, information is not an economic good. The reason is for the to process information, someone has to bear a cost. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, scarce resources need to be utilized in the process of making information. Camping also, that is not a free good. Free goods are swimming that does not involve any cost, right? And sightseeing. So these are natural resources without no any opportunity cost or no need to use scarce resources. Answer number one. Uday, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Yeah, third one. Considering A and B on the production possibility curve PPC, they asked the correct statement, I think. What is the answer, Lamai? Are you answer correct? This first few questions. Third one, is it correct, Buddha? Your answer and the marking scheme answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Third one, answer number 5, right? At both points A and B, it is possible to achieve maximum output using given inputs. Buddha, it means this fifth answer is all about production efficiency, right? Because achieve maximum output using given inputs mean productive efficiency. Productive efficiency. Okay, the right. Every point on the production possibility curve is productively efficient. Productively efficient. Okay, the lamai. But only one point is allocatively efficient, where marginal cost and marginal benefit are equal. Okay, the lamai. So fifth one should be the answer. Sometimes when defining productive efficiency without saying that full employment, full production, you can be given that maximum output using given inputs, or production efficiencies defined like this. Producing goods, and this method also correct to this definition, right? Producing goods and services at lowest cost. That also correct. Okay, the Lama. This is another way of defining productive efficiency. Any question, Lama? No. So answer should be number 5. Fourth one. Which aspect of land economy might be viewed unfavorably by consumers? It means not good for consumers, but favorable for producers. Answer should be number 4. right? If market economy produces more capital goods, it's not good for consumers, because capital goods are the goods which are used to produce goods and services. Not much important for consumers, right? So answer number 4. Fourth one, which one of the following will cause a movement along the demand curve? No any doubt with the movement along the demand curve is caused by change in price of the product itself. Answer should be lamai. First one wrong, second one wrong, third one is wrong. Fourth one, right? Decrease in price of rice, because our concern product is rice. If price of the concern product falls or increases, points are moving along the demand curve. Demand curve does not shift. Answer number 4. Sixth one, lamai. When the price of a good, when the price of good doubles, mean the price of the good doubles mean price increases by 100%, right? Doubles. 100 now 200 rupees. Price increases, price doubles. Price doubles. When price increases by 100%, Putha, demand falls. Yes, of course, it should be. Demand fall by not 100%. How much? 50%. Falls by 50%. Quantity demand falls by minus 50%. Minus 50. Price increases by 100%. Means the price PED should be inelastic, right? Because demand changes or demand falls at a slower rate than increase in price of the product. So it should be inelastic demand, right? This product has inelastic demand. Product has inelastic demand. Okay, what goes this just about this product can be an inelastic product if product is necessity, because consumers don't have options, right? Answer should be number 2. Can you explain why second answer in fourth one wrong? Yes. Plan a long response time to change in economic events. Yeah, that is, and we can say it's not good point. Yes, a long response time to change in economic activities. It's not good for entire economy, right? Not from only consumers point of view. Long response time to change in, that is a disadvantage of entire command economic system or plan economic system. That is not good for consumers as well. I think fourth one is more appropriate. Are you okay with this? Okay, right. Fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, which statement correctly describes the result of price increase for an inferior good. The here the answer should be number. The substitution effect causes consumers to buy less when price of the good increases, and The income effect causes consumer to buy more of the good. Answer number 3, Lamai. Inferior, but remember, uh, here substitution effect dominates the income effect. Sandil, why did you choose answer number 1? Both substitution effect and income effect cause consumer to buy less of that good. No. For inferior products, Lamai, substitution effect, when price of the product increases, substitution effect causes consumers to buy less, right? Income effect causes consumers to buy more. This is okay. No, both substitution effect and income effect cause consumers to buy less of the good. This is okay for normal good. This is an inferior good. Are you okay with this? Sandil? No. Right. Third one. Sorry, eighth one. How would an economist establish market demand for private? It's very simple, Lama. How to calculate market demand for the add all individual demand curves horizontally. Okay, the Lama. Add all individual demands horizontally. You can calculate the market demand because market demand is horizontal sum of all individual demand curves or individual demand or whatever demand curves. Answer number 2. Okay, the Lama. Question number 9, answer should be number 3. If you want any explanations for the, please let me know. Here the income elasticity of demand, you are given coefficient of income elasticity of demand. You can use the Presti equation for the percentage, sorry, income y equals y equals percentage change in quantity demand. Percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change. So then we must analyze two effect as a separate 2 points. It depends on the answer given, Sandil. You can see Putha, that answer. Look at the answer question number 7. They have given, question has given both effects separately. Both substitution effect, second one, both again, third one, third answer is also talking about both effects separately. Fourth one also both effects separately. Fifth one also both effects separately. Not the collective. You get what I say? Yes. Okay. Question number 9, Putha, you can use that equation. Price elasticity of income elasticity. Very simple actually. YED equals, this is answer for question number 9. Okay, Dalamai. YED equals percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in income. Third answer says 5% increase in income leads to 5% increase in income. Leads to a 2.5% increase in demand for petrol. Then put the 0. Income elasticity of demand of petrol is 0 plus 0.48. 5% increase in income. Income increases by 5%. Okay, 1 into delta QD, it increases because positive, right? Here value also positive. 0.48 cross multiplier into 5%, right? Then delta QD equals, I think answer should be 2.5%, right? 5% increase in income causes 2.5% increase in demand. Okay, Dalamai. Answer number 3 is the answer. Other answers are wrong. Okay. Tenth, a private company achieves a producer surplus at the market equilibrium price. What might reduce the size of private company's producer surplus? How many of you got the correct answer, Lamai? Punara, your answer, is it correct or wrong?
Correct, sir.
Correct. Sitma,
Correct, sir.
Sandeep, 10th. Correct. Yeah. Answer should be number 3, Lamai. Third one, yes. The government fixes the price of electricity below the market price. Lamai, below the market price. Should it be minimum price or maximum price? Lamai, below the question has not mentioned whether it's maximum price or minimum price. Tell me, Buddha, should it be maximum or minimum price?
Maximum.
Maximum price, because below the equilibrium. So this should be maximum price. Without no any doubt, because maximum price reduces producer surplus. This should be the maximum price. Maximum price reduces the producer surplus. Why? Number one, Putha, that the price actually received by the firm reduces. On the other hand, for actual quantity sold, right, also reduce, causing consumer surplus to decrease. So not consumer surplus, producer surplus. Okay, so answer number 3. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Any argument, any suggestion. Right. This is very good question, Buddha. Punara, is your answer correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. There are fixed number of seats, Buddha. Fixed number of seats. Sitma, your one? I think it's wrong.
Wrong, sir.
Yeah, fixed number of seats. This means supply is fixed, Buddha. Fixed supply mean perfectly inelastic supply. perfectly inelastic supply. Fixed number of seats mean perfectly inelastic. Okay, the lamai. Fixed number of seats mean perfectly inelastic supply. එක change වෙන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි. price එක decrease වුණා හරි increase වුණා මොකක් වුණත් quantity එක change වෙන්නේ නැහැ. For examples ඔය මොනවද මේ the number of seats of a stadium, number of seats an auditorium. Okay, the ළමයි. They never change with the price. No any respond to change in price. Perfectly inelastic. When මෙතන සිද්ධ පොඩක් බලන්න most of the audience, not the entire audience, most of the audience, most of the audience, most of the audience would continue to attend even if the seat prices were increased lamai. Example, if seat prices increase by 100%, 100%, not all consumers lamai, most of the audience, it means some or the small part of the audience would not attend. It means that demand, there is a reduction in demand, maybe by 10%. You get what I said, Sitma? Most of the audience would attend, yes, but the other part, small part, would not attend lamai. What does it mean? There is a small reduction in quantity demand, but with comparison to change in price, it's a low percentage. Then demand should be not perfectly inelastic, but it should be inelastic. Should be inelastic, not the perfectly inelastic. It should be inelastic. Demand should be inelastic. Am I okay with this? Inelastic, not the perfectly inelastic. Okay, so answer should be lamai perfectly inelastic supply and inelastic demand. Answer number 3. Answer number 3. First one is wrong. First one, supply perfectly inelastic, but demand is first one, second one, both wrong. Okay, the number. Sigma, okay, the.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. 11, 12. Price elasticity of demand for a firm's product is equal to price elasticity of demand for a firm's product is equal to 1 for all price changes. All price, sorry, equal to 1 for all price changes. What does it mean, Buddha? At every price elasticity of demand is 1. Then what is the shape of the demand curve? Rectangular hyperbola. තමයි මේක පොඩ්ඩක් හරි කල්පනාවෙන් බලන්න ඕනේ. ඇයි දන්නවද? මේ බලන්න. මේක කියනවා at every point price elasticity of demand is 1. This quality characteristic, this characteristic can be seen in only unitary demand lamai. මේ පොඩ්ඩක් පටල ගන්න එපා ළමයි. මෙන්න මේ normal downward sloping demand curve එකෙත් ළමයි එක point එක PD1 නේ. අර මතකද හරියටම වෙන මේ middle point එකේ ළමයි. Exact middle point of the demand curve, downward sloping normal demand curve with the middle point. At the middle point, tell me how much the PD value. Unara?
1.
1. Okay, the lamai. Remember, right? downward slope in demand curve or normal downward slope in demand curve, at the middle point, PD should be 1. It doesn't mean that at all points PD is 1. No, 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 no. In a downward slope in demand curve, PD changes point to point. In the middle point, it's exactly 1. Unitary one, at every point PD is 1. Doesn't matter the price. Maybe 2 or 10 or 100 or at every price, PD is 1. So this point is talking about unitary. Are you okay with this? Sandil? Unitary. Okay, Lamai? Unitary. Are you okay with this, Lamai? Yes. Yes, okay, right. Unitary. Then which answer is talking about unitary demand, Lamai? So the second one is wrong. It seems to be correct, but it's not correct. Why? A percentage increase in price will cause demand to increase. My God, it never happens, Lamai. Right? Because increase in price of the product, normally it's a downward slope in demand curve. There's a negative relationship between price. When price increases, quantity demand should be decreasing, Lamai, by the same percentage. Second one is wrong. You get what I said? I saw someone had mentioned this answer also. Yes. Okay, the Lamai. So answer number, second one is wrong. Third one, can you remember? For unitary demand, remember the producer revenue will always be the same, whatever the price. Okay, the Lamai. Whatever price is charged for the producer revenue doesn't change. So answer should be 13th. This is subsidy. You know, when subsidy is given, supply curve of the product shift to the right side. Ne? Okay, the Lamai. They ask the government cost. Very simple, Lamai. Government cost, unit subsidy. How much a unit subsidy here? Punara, how much a unit subsidy? Yes, Daru, unit subsidy, value of unit subsidy?
4 rupees.
4 rupees. The vertical distance between two supply curves here. Right, you can see 12 and 8. Vertical gap between two supply curve is 4 rupees. So unit subsidy is 4 rupees, Lamai. After the subsidy, here I told you that I told you to correct this as 120. Okay, the Lamai. Then unit subsidy is 4 rupees. After the subsidy, 120 units are being exchanged or sold in the market. Then how much the total government cost? Yes, for 80 million. For 80 million. So answer should be number 1 or number 4. Then consumer expenditure. Calculate consumer expenditure before subsidy and after subsidy. Sitma, how much the consumer expenditure before subsidy? How to calculate? Expenditure before subsidy. Yes.
The consumer
Consumer expenditure, Daru. Before subsidy.
also
Yeah, because price into quantity. Before subsidy, original price is 10 rupees. Quantity is 100. 100 into 10 mean how much? 1000. Very good.
1000.
Yeah. 1000 rupees. Okay, the Lamai. Then calculate consumer expenditure after the subsidy. After. Unara, tell me how much the consumer expenditure after the subsidy. How to calculate with the yes? New equilibrium price. New equilibrium price is 8 rupees. When subsidy is given, price decreases with the market price decreases. Now market price is new equilibrium price is 8 rupees into how much? Now consumers purchase not 10 units, sorry, 100 units, it's 120 units. Then consumer expenditure should be 8 into 120. How much the value? Abuda. 8 into 120 mean 960. Right? Then before subsidy, consumer expenditure 1000. After the subsidy, consumer expenditure is 960. Here, consumer expenditure decreases by 40 rupees. What is the answer? Number 1. Any question? Who got the correct answer? Punara, you got the correct one? Or different? So, am I wrong?
Yeah, I got third one.
Third one is wrong. 240, why did you get it? I think most of you are wrong, I think. Punara, your answer correct?
No, sir.
Why? What's wrong with this question?
I got the third one too.
Third one, what is the logic behind that? Can't you remember now? So why is fourth one wrong? It can't be the answer because consumer expenditure decreases by 200 million. No, it decreases by 40 million. 1000 then 960 lamai, not 200. Are you okay with this? Shall we move on? Sandil Harida Buddha, clear the? The 200 cannot be the answer. Look at my workings. Consumer expenditure before subsidy 1000, equilibrium price into quantity 10 into 100. After subsidy, equilibrium price 8 rupees into quantity. Quantity is 120 units. 8 into 120 mean 960. Before subsidy 1000. After the subsidy, consumer is spending 960. After the subsidy, you can see there's a reduction in consumer spending, not the surplus, consumer spending, right? Which is 40 rupees. 1000 now 960. Yes. Okay, right. Yes, Daru.
මේ ගවර්මන්ට් එකේ මේ ස්පෙන්ඩ් කරන්නේ දැන් ප්‍රයිස් එක 10 වලින් ඉඳන් 8 වලට ඩික්‍රීස් වෙනවානේ.
Hari.
මේ ඒ ඩික්‍රීස් වෙන amount එකනුයි අර සබ්සිඩි එක දුන්නාට පස්සේ මේ ඉක්විලිබ්‍රියම් එක 120 නේ.
Oh.
ඒ ඒරියා එක නෙමෙයිද ගන්න?
මට තේරුන්නේ නැහැ කියප එක.
මේ මෙන්න මේ ඒරියා එක නෙමෙයිද ගන්නෙ මේ 12 to නෙමේ 10 to 8 එකයි මේ 8 to 12 8 to 120 කියන ඒරියා එක නෙමෙයිද ගන්න?
8 to
10 එකයි මේ 8 to 120 එක.
නෑ. Consumer, sorry, government expenditure equals new equilibrium quantity. New equilibrium quantity is 120 units. 120 කියන්නේ මේ distance එකනේ. මෙතෙන්ට නේ. 120 into unit subsidy. Unit subsidy කියන්නේ වෙන මේ vertical distance එක ළමයි. The gap between the vertical distance between two supply curves. හරිද 120 multiply කරන්න ඕන 4 rupees වලින්. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ rectangle එක තමයි එන්නේ මෙන්න. This is the government expenditure. Okay ද? Right. This is very simple නේද ළමයි? I think I asked you to change the question bit. Here very simple ළමයි. It's excess supply because minimum price there should be excess supply of Q1 to Q2. Q2 should be here. Okay the ළමයි. Excess supply is Q1 to Q2. Answer number 1. Okay the ළමයි. Right. Next one. The government imposes an ad valorem tax කියන පුතා percentage එකක් unit tax නෙමෙයි on the sale of a good X which one of the following two will be true supply curve will rotate leftward ඒ කියන්නේ අර parallel shift එකක් නෙමෙයි තියෙන්නේ ළමයි unit tax sorry ad valorem tax is imposed supply curve shifts to the left side it's correct. supply curve එක shift වෙනවා ළමයි මේ unit tax එකේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම යන්නේ ළමයි parallel shift එකක් තියෙන ඒකේ minimum price එක change වෙනවා මේ in the unit taxes supply curve shift to the left side parallelly assume here minimum supply price is 10 rupees now minimum supply price might be 15 rupees ළමයි if tax is there gap should be equal unit tax okay ද ළමයි ad valorem එකේ ළමයි මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ වෙනවා තමයි හැබැයි parallel නෙමෙයි ළමයි ඒකනේ original supply curve එක ළමයි supply curve shift to the left side not parallel it goes like this okay ද ළමයි here minimum supply price does not change minimum supply price එක 10 නම් 10ම තමයි right supply curve shift to the left side like it's like a rotate supply curve will rotate leftward while minimum supply remains unchanged minimum supply price එක 10ම තමයි clear ද answer number 4 right 16 cut this off profit maximizing or loss minimizing firm operating decides to shut down but the shutting down point of a perfectly competitive firm is or perfectly competitive market is the when the market price is less than minimum average variable cost answer number 5 if price is not enough to cover at least minimum average variable cost of production firm should shut down its operation right answer number 5 economic rent kuda economic rent sandil is not the land that's not economic rent that is rent economic rent this economic rent and transfer payments transfer earnings belong to the factor market belong to the factor market answer should be number payments that no payment made to factors of product in excess my answer number 5 transfer payment කියන්නේ ළමයි factors of production එක අර current use එකේ to retain the factors of production in the current use the minimum expectation economic rent is the amount which exceeds the minimum expectation of factors of production. Okay, if there's an excess amount of the total payments or total factor earnings, that should be the economic rate. Okay, the Buddha. Yes. For the transfer payments economic trend ළමයි අවුල් වගේ නම් මෙන්න මේ වීඩියෝ එක බලන්න. 1 minute please 2000. මෙන්න මේක බලන්න. මේක explain කරලා ඇති substitute transfer payments and economic trend. හරිද? Right. 19th answer number 2 ළමයි. Here places of worship mean Buddha, that temple, church. Okay, the ළමයි. Groups organized in festivals, these are very temporary organizations ළමයි. ඉතින් ඔයාලා යාළුවෝ set එක ළමයි මොකක් හරි දාන්සලක් organize කරනවා ළමයි. ඒක national accounting වලට ගන්න නැහැ නේ ළමයි. Clearද? Answer number 5. Right. Now 19. 20. To calculate domestic product using the expenditure approach, very simple Buddha. Expenditure approach එක මොකද කරන්නේ? අපි කොහොමද ළමයි GDP එක calc කරන්නේ? GDP equals the expenditure approach. GDP equals and some. I think it's better to discuss this entire part. It will help for you. ළමයි, in the expenditure approach of national accounting, expenditure approach, right? If you add C, consumption expenditure, investment and government expenditure, this is called, what is that? Yes, CIG. If you add these three together, that is called GDE lamai, gross domestic expenditure. Okay, the lamai, gross domestic expenditure. If you add net export, this becomes GDP. This is GDP. Okay, the lamai, gross domestic product. If you add NF, or we can say NPI, net primary income. Net primary income, this value becomes GNI lamai. Am I explain කරාද ළමයි කලින් නැද්ද? Or have I explained this one before?
No, sir.
Yes.
This part you did.
Huh?
No, sir.
You did this part.
Okay, right. GDP Buddha. If you add net factor income කියන්නේ net primary income Buddha, NF. So that the net primary income, can you remember in the current account there are 4 accounts for the trading goods, trading service, third එක primary income account එක. ඔය NX කියන්නේ ළමයි trading goods plus trading service. Trading goods second එක මොකද්ද? trading service ළමයි. trading service. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔය ඇත්තටම GDP කැල් කරනවා කියලා කරන්නේ ළමයි මොකක්ද? අර DE එකට අර current account එකේ trade balance එක කියන්නේ balance of trading goods එකයි balance of trading net export කියන්නේ ඒකනේ ළමයි NX add කරනවා. එතකොට GDP calculate කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයා NPI කියන්නේ net primary income. net primary income කියනවා වගේ current account එකේ third account එකේ balance එක ළමයි. current account එකේ third account එක මොකද්ද ළමයි? primary income account අන්න එයාගේ balance එක ඔයා add කරාට පස්සේ ඔයාලට calculate කරන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද ළමයි? GNI gross national product. sorry gross national income or gross national product, no problem. හරි එතකොට current account එකේ තව එකයි ඉතිරි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද ළමයි? current account එකේ තියෙන trading goods, trading service, primary, secondary. ඔයා GDP කැල් කරනකොට NX ගන්න ඕනේ ළමයි. එතකොට ඔයා current account එකේ අර accounts වලින් trading goods එකයි trading service එකයි අරන් තියෙන්නේ. GNI කැල් කරනකොට third එකත් ගන්න ඕනේ ළමයි. third account එකත් ගන්නවා. තව එකයි තියෙන්නේ. මොකද්ද? The balance of secondary income account. If you add balance of secondary income account, it's mean that is called net transfers, NT. Okay, the lamai net transfers. Okay, the lamai it's mean balance of secondary income account. Balance of secondary income account. Are transfers එකේ ළමයි foreign transfers. මෙන්න මේ ටික ඔක්කොම ඇඩ් කරාම මේකට කියනවා මොකක් කියලාද ළමයි? Disposable gross national income. Disposable gross national income. Again, as a country, how much we have, right? As a country, not earn, right? How much we have. Earning plus transfers. Transfers is not earnings, Lama. This is not productive economic activity. But anyway, by adding transfers, we look at how much we have as a country to spend. This is called gross national income. Clear the Lama? Gross national income. Right? If you deduct total consumption from disposable gross national income, you can calculate national savings. Okay, the lamai. How much we have saved as a nation, as a country. Right? And the total gross disposable gross national income is 1,000 lamai. Again, lamai, after at end of the year, we have 1,000 million worth of money. Right? Some of them have been earned through our production process. Some are transfers lamai. Okay, the lamai. Assume total consumption. Total consumption කියන්නේ මොකද්ද ළමයි? C එකයි G එකයි. ඉතින් එක 600 කියලා ළමයි. This is the total income we have. Income mean total money we have after the particular time period. We have spent 600 for consumption. Then put up 400 remaining. This 400 is called national savings. National savings. For national savings ගද්දී අපි මේක තමයි ගන්න disposable gross national. නේද ළමයි? this national savings ගන්න අපි කොහොමද ළමයි? National savings equals disposable national income minus total consumption. Total consumption. Total consumption කියන්නේ C plus G. Okay, remember this chart, you can answer some MCQs. Then when in the national accounting, under the expenditure approach, when we calculate disposable gross national income, last one of the chart, gross national income, the bottom one, disposable gross national income, we have taken all parts, all sub-accounts of current account of the balance of payment. Okay, the lamai. Shall we move on? Need time to write this down?
That's it.
Done. Okay, right. 1 minute, please, Lamai. Okay. Here, lamai, very simple. This is GDP. Yes, gross domestic product. GDP කියන්නේ පුතා at consumption. C, investment. Government purchases, not exports only. It should be net export. Answer number 4. Right. 21, gross domestic product tends to be overestimate. Overestimate due to does not take account the negative effects of economic activities on the environment. If this is included in the national accounting process, definitely our actual GDP will decrease. Right? Due to not taking damage on the environment, actually we overestimate the GDP value. Okay, the lamai. It was if it was taken into account, lamai, China's GDP would decrease actually by 50%, lamai. A touch of environmental damage done by China. Okay, the lamai. But we don't take that. Okay, I think all other transactions underestimate the GDP. Third one is the only transaction which overestimate GDP due to not recording negative impacts of economic activities on the economy. We don't have a process to include such negative impacts when calculating GDP. Right? When an economy's actual output is less than its potential, the economy experiences actual output is less than potential, economy has recessionary gap, lama. Recessionary gap. Recessionary gap. Recessionary gap. You show this on a PPC, lama. How would it be? Unemployment, lama. Right? Actual output is lesser than potential output. Okay. Need more explanation, lama? Shall we move on? No questions. Right. 23, national account in which one of the following activities is excluded? Excluded means not taken. Answer number service of owner occupied. Buddha, dwellings mean buildings. Tell me, Sitma, do you have your own? I mean, not do you? Does your father have his own building or rented one? On one. Okay. Punara? Huh?
What?
No, I ask you, do you have rented? Do you live in a rented house or your own one?
Own one.
Own one. Punara? Rented one or your own one?
Own one, sir.
Own one. It's mean, Buddha, do you have to pay rent at end of the month?
No.
No. But in national accounting, Buddha, we include estimated rent income. Sorry, that rent amount into Sri Lankan GDP. Why? That is not actual, that explicit expenditure, but estimated amount of rent is included when calculating GDP. That is called service of owner occupied dwellings. Owner occupied. Okay, why? Because in Western countries especially, most of people live in a rented house. They don't have their own houses. So in their in their countries, the rent is the one of the main components of GDP, productive economic activities. Okay, if we don't include such a estimated amount into our GDP amount, we can't compare our GDP with other countries. That's why we do. Okay, we include such a an estimated amount to Sri Lankan GDP. Anyway, this is a productive economic transaction. It should be taken into account. A family consuming vegetables produced in their home garden should be. Okay, the lamai. Habai mehemai ara me. If there is a good production, Buddha, manufacturing or good, not the service, good, that is called I mean, goods produced for your consumption, lamai, or vegetables, fruits, produced in the garden, in your home garden, not to sell, just to consume. That transaction to be taken, lamai. හැබැයි සර්විස් එකක් තියෙනවනේ ඒක ගන්නෙ නෑ ළමයි. ඒකට අපි කියනවා self services කියලා. දැන් හිතන්න මොන හරි ඔයාගේ අම්මාට ඉකෝන් ලෙසන් එකක් කියලා දෙනවා ළමයි. මැත්ස් ලෙසන් එකක් කියලා දෙනවා. ඒකද ඉංග්‍රීසි ලෙසන් එකක් කියලා දෙනවා. හරිද? ඔයාගේ කවුරු හරි නේද? තාත්තා හරි කවුරු හරි ඔයාව ක්ලාස් එකට ගිහිල්ලා දානවා ළමයි. There is no need to make a payment ළමයි. Okay? දැන් අම්මා ගෙදර කරන වැඩ ටික ළමයි නේද? right? අපි යාට payment එකක් කරන්නේ නෑනේ ළමයි. නේද? අපිට ඒවා national accounting වලට ගන්න බෑ ළමයි. අපි ඒවට කියනවා self services. right? ඔය cleaning, house cleaning, cooking part මේවා අපි ගන්නෙ නෑ ළමයි. ආව මොනවාද? ඔය transporting the family members. Okay ද ළමයි? Teaching a lesson to a family member. No payments Buddha. So services are not taken into account, but if there's a good production, final good production, that should be taken. Vegetable කියන service එකක් නෙමෙයි ළමයි, good එකක්. ඒක ගන්න ඕනේ. Provision for free textbooks by the government should be taken. So there's a part of government expenditures. Government worker selling his own old house. Government worker selling his old house. Old house කියන්නේ මොකද? Second hand market transactions. Old house second hand market transaction. So this transaction should be excluded. අපි මේව ගන්නෙ නෑ ළමයි. හරිද? ඔය second hand market මුකුත් transactions අපි ගන්නෙ නෑ. හැබැයි මෙහෙමයි. second hand transaction වුණත් ළමයි commission payment එකක් තියෙනවා ඒක ගන්න ඕනේ. That is productive economic activity. Okay ද ළමයි? දැන් හිතන්න if you you are going to sell a second hand or the used vehicle to another party, then assume broker or person making the connection between you and buyer, assume that takes 50,000 commission. That should be taken into account when preparing national accounting because that is his job.
So,
Yes.
but purely financial transactions are not taken into account.
Huh?
Purely financial transactions?
Pure financial transactions ගන්නෙත් නෑ. ඔව්.
I think some interest paid on debentures එහෙම නෙමෙයි.
පොඩක් ඉන්න ඔහොම ඉන්න. Right. Third එක හරිද? Fourth එක හරිද? The government worker selling old house after retirement. I'll come to the fifth one. Okay though. Then this transaction is not taken into account because this is old house second hand market transaction. Harida? Right. Next one Buddha, interest paid on debentures. Your argument is correct Buddha. Interest payment is a productive transaction. It should be taken into account. No any doubt. But in Sri Lanka Buddha, practically all interest payments are not taken into account. Right? Number one, the interest payment for especially government debentures are not taken into account because due to that practical calculation issues. Okay, so the point is the interest paid on some debentures are taken, some debentures are not taken into account. It should be taken. Here idea is the practical issue. Due to practicality, we don't take all interest on debentures into accounts now. Clear? අර එතකොට මේක ටිකක් හරි doubtful ගතියක් තියෙනවා නේද ළමයි? ඒකයි fourth එක answer එකට. A government worker selling his own house after the retirement. This is more appropriate. මේකත් හරි අවුලක් නැහැ. But it's not the most appropriate. Clear the Sitma?
Okay, sir.
Right. 24th. Assume a simple, sorry, so I saw Sandil had asked a question. So if it is inflationary gap, will the point be out? No, Budu ammo, nah. Inflationary gap cannot be shown by PPC curve. It should be shown by that YE diagram or aggregate demand, aggregate supply diagram. Okay, 24. Right. Assume a simple macroeconomic model with no government. ඒ කියන්නේ අර සිත් මහුවනේ question සම්දිල් නේ මතක නැහැ. මේක මේ originally එක simple economy එක. But what happens? Then government intervenes. If government spending increases by 200 300, by how much will consumption increase ළමයි? මේකේ ලොකු දෙයක් නැහැ ඉතින් නේ. Y increases by G increases by 300. G increases by 300. This is a part of autonomous expenditure. With G is autonomous expenditure. When G increases by 300 lamai, Y will increase, not by 300, by multiple times due to multiply effect lamai. Multiplied, it should be multiplied by K. Here K should be 5, right? Because MPC is 0.8. You can calculate. K equals 1 over 1 minus MPC. 1 over 1 minus MPC can 0.8 can answer 5 lamai, right? Then when G is increased by 300, Y will increase by not 300. 300 into 5, which means 1500. Harida lamai. Y will increase by 1500. Then this 1500 increase in Y is allocated between two purposes, two areas. First one is consumption, other one is saving. දැන් මේක ළමයි මෙතන ඉන්ක්‍රීස් වුණ ගාන කොහෙට හරි යන්නේ ෆයි ළමයි මොනවටද යන්නේ consumption වලටයි savings වලට. That amount depends on the MPC and MPS values. දැන් මෙතන MPC වල 0.8, MPS තියෙන්නේ 0.2. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ 1500 වලින් 0.8 යන්නේ කොහෙටද ළමයි consumption වලට. 0.2 යන්නේ savings වලට. Clear? 1500 into 0.8 කියන්නේ 1200 ළමයි. Saving 300. බලන්න පොඩි දෙයයි කරන්නේ මොකද්ද කරන්නේ ළමයි government එකගේ expenditures එක increase කරන 300 වලින්. When government expenditure is increased by 300 with the total Y කියන්නේ total income of the country, GDP or national equilibrium or whatever, increases by 1500. Then millions කියලා 1000 by 1500 total income of the country increases. Then this income should be spent, should be allocated. How is it being allocated lamai? 80% goes to consumption, 20% goes to savings. My question එක අහන්නේ ළමයි, the when government expenditure is increased by 300, by how much would consumption increase? Okay, the ළමයි. So consumption will increase by 1,200. Why will increase by 1,500? මෙතන 1,500 the answer එක තියෙනවා ළමයි. Okay ද? Right. Answer should be number 2. $25th. In a hypothetical economy, the
Sir?
value of sit me
මේ 23rd එකේ
23rd. 1 minute, please. Okay.
ඒක තමයි මේ ෆස්ට් එක සර්විස් ඔෆ් ඕනර් ඔකියුපයිඩ් ඩ්වෙලින් කියන්නේ මේ එතකොට මේ ඕන් බිල්ඩින් එක සර්විස් එක
on building. All building.
ඒක එක්ස්ක්ලූඩඩ් නේද?
මේක ගන්න ඕනි දරු. Included. First එක ගන්න ඕනි.
අයිස ඒක රීසන්
මං කිව්වේ reason එක පුතා. දැන් අපි rent එකක් ගෙව්වේ නැතත් ලංකාවේ national accountings වල අර estimated rent amount එකක් අපි GDP එකට ගන්නවා. තවවා දන්නෙත් නෑනේ ළමයි නේ. එතන payment එකක් නෑ. මං කිව්වා explicitly අපිට එහෙම payment එකක් නැති වුණත් government එක එහෙම ගන්නවා. මං කිව්වේ මොකද්ද reason එක ළමයි. දැන් කෙනෙක්ට argument එකක් ගේන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද? අපි payment එකක් කරන්නේ අපි building එකේ ඉන්නේ. ඒක මොකටද national accounting වලට ගන්න. අපි ඒක ගත්තේ නැත්නම් දරුවෝ අපිට compare කරන්න බෑ. What is the purpose of preparing national accounting? One purpose is to compare our GDP with other countries ළමයි. දැන් ගොඩාක් western countries වල යාලා ඉන්නේ rent එකට ළමයි. දැන් එහි අයට ගොඩක් අයට මේ own buildings නැහැනේ. clearද? එතකොට යාලා කරන්නේ යාලගේ දැන් monthly expenditure එකේ 40%, 35 to 40% යන්නේ මොනවටද ළමයි? rent වලට. දැන් එතකොට එයාගේ GDP එක කැල් කරනකොට එයා rent එක ගන්නවා ළමයි. ඇයි ඒක payment එකක්. හරිද? අපි ගත්තේ නැති වුණොත් මොකක් වෙයිද ළමයි? අපිට කම්පෙයාර් කරන්න බෑ. යාළගේ GDP එක මාර වැඩි. අපේ එක මාර අඩුයි. ඇයි ඒ? යාලා අර rent එක දානවා. අපිට දාන්න නැතුව හිටියොත් ඒ වැඩේ හරියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ හින්දා අපි කරන්නේ අපි estimated rent amount එකක් ගන්නවා. clearද බලන්න?
හරි සර් ක්ලියර්
හරිද? clear. මේක national accounting වලට ගන්න ඕනි ළමයි. Service of own occupied dwellings mean that the estimated rent amount. Answer number 4. Sorry, 25. In a hypothetical economy, the value of export is greater than value of imports. Which of the following statement is true? Value of export is greater than value of imports. X is greater than imports. මේ මෙතනින් මේක ලේසි ළමයි. සෙකන්ඩ් එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. net export කොහොමද ළමයි කැල් කරන්නේ? net export equal x minus m. හරිද ළමයි මේ x is greater than m. හිතන්න x 1000 m 800 ළමයි. Then net export should be plus 200. If x is greater than m, the net export should be plus positive value. Net export should be positive. How many answers there? 3 answers. Ne? Third, fourth, fifth. Okay, right. Then lamai. Lamai, withdrawals and injection of the economy are equal. Withdrawals කියන්නේ මොනවද ළමයි? In a closed open economy, withdrawals mean WS savings, net taxes and imports. මොනවද J ළමයි? Injections. I, G and X. Okay, the ළමයි. මේ දෙකේ value දෙක equals නම් ළමයි. If this is one of the condition for macroeconomic equilibrium ළමයි. නේද? if W equal J, country's output, there's no possibility either to increase or decrease. Again, equilibrium එක කියන්නේ ළමයි. Equilibrium mean there's no possibility to increase or decrease something. Here something is the national income. Okay, the ළමයි. If withdrawals and injections are equal, there's no possibility to increase the output or decrease the output. It means it will remain constant. That is called national equilibrium, macroeconomic equilibrium. Okay, the lamai. Then here lamai, it says x is greater than m. X kiyanne lamai මේ පැත්තේ තියෙන්නේ මේ. m කියන්නේ මේ w එකක්. දැන් මෙහෙම ගන්න එපා දැන් අර සර් ඒකේ දැන් මෙහෙමනේ ඔක කියන්නේ ළමයි. x is greater than m. මෙහෙමනේ තියෙන්නේ ළමයි. හරි. දැන් කියන්න එපා. එතකොට අපිට අර conclusion එකකට එන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි. If x is greater than m ළමයි, injections are greater than withdrawals. Injections are greater than withdrawals. ඇයි ළමයි x කියන්නේ injection injection වල part එකක් නේ ළමයි. If x is greater than m, injection should be greater than withdrawal. දැන් කියන්න එපා සර් ඔයා කොහොමද කියන්නේ මේ තව මේ දෙකේ values අපිට මුකුත් කියලා නෑනේ n එකයි s එකයි nt දන්නෙත් නෑ අපි i දන්නෙත් නෑ g දන්නෙත් නෑ මේ දෙක විතරයි දීලා තියෙන්නේ. අර එහෙම ගත්තොත් ගන්න බෑ ළමයි අර MCQs නේ. ක්ලියර්ද ළමයි? එහෙම අර 100% එහෙම අපිට ගන්න බෑ. එහෙම logics ගන්න බෑ. දීලා තියෙන එකත් එක්ක යන්න ඕනේ. ක්ලියර්ද? අර එතකොට මේකෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි අර x is an injection, m is withdrawal. If x is greater than m, j should be greater than w. Okay the ළමයි? මේ දෙක equal නම් ළමයි no change. No change. It means there's no possibility to increase or decrease the output level. Lama, if J is greater than withdrawals, there will be positive impact. There will be a pressure on the output to increase. Okay, the Lama. If withdrawals is greater than injection, there will be negative impact on output level. Lama. Clear? Then making up it a gun and all J is greater than withdrawals. Take a gun. If injections are greater than withdrawals, there will be positive impact on GDP or macroeconomic equilibrium level. So, if x is greater than m lamai, GDP would increase. Any question? Answer number total output should increase lamai. Number 1. Any question? Any explanation? Any question? Please let me know. No? Okay. Unara okay the Buddha?
Okay.
Okay, right. 26th. A function of money is to act as a measure of value. What does it mean? Measure of value. Used to compare. Number 1, ne the lamai. Measure of value mean? We can use. What does it mean? It is used to compare the worth of different goods. Yes. right? Using money Buddha, we can measure the value of good or service. Okay, the lama. The laptop is 50,000 rupees, right? Money is used to measure the value of goods and service. The importance of this quality of money is to compare, lama. We can compare goods and services with a price. Answer number 1. 27, which change will allow an increase in economy's money supply? Increase in economy's money supply. Increase in economy's money supply. මොකද්ද ළමයි answer එක? 27. An outflow of currency for trade and capital purpose becomes an inflow. Answer number 1 නේද ළමයි? කලින් outflow එකක් තිබ්බ එකක් දැන් inflow වෙලා ළමයි. Inflow කියන්නේ ළමයි මොනවද? More foreign exchange, more dollars coming into the market, Sri Lankan market or Sri Lanka. Then the central bank has to issue more coins and notes to buy these foreign currencies from the market, making the Sri Lankan money supply. Answer number 1. There are 2 channels of releasing high powered money. First one is acquiring domestic assets. Second one is acquiring foreign assets by central bank. Foreign assets. An outflow of currency for trade and capital purposes becomes an inflow. Now it's an inflow. Outflow converts to inflow. Okay, lamai. This refers to net foreign assets increasing net foreign assets of the central bank. Net foreign assets of the central bank. Answer number 1. Monari shwegatan kiyanna lamai. No question. Right. 28, the table shows annual percentage change in Sri Lanka's producer price index. Producer price index. Producer price index. Producer's price index lamai. The PPI, producer price index. Minus නේද ළමයි තියෙන්නේ. Producer price index value has decreased. Which one of the following was the most likely effect of changes shown in Sri Lankan? No, it should be Sri Lanka. Not South Korea. Should be Sri. Lamai, the main advantage of preparing PPI, producer price index, is to forecast future consumer price trends. Lamai. Why? Because this is called producer's price index with that the farm gate prices ne මතකද මෙයාව දැන් අපි ගන්න wholesales කියලා ළමයි කලින් තිබ්බේ මේක wholesale price index දැන් අර wholesale price කියන word එක නෑ ඒකට දාලා තියෙනවා producer price index wholesale price increase වෙනවා කියන්නේ කොහොමද retail price increase වෙනවනේ ළමයි එතකොට අපිට producer price index එක දිහා බලලා කියන්න පුළුවන් ඉස්සරහට මොකක් වෙයිද consumer prices වල okay ද ළමයි Producer price index is used to measure changes in not consumer prices. Prices at that farm gate, it can taxes mukut natu normal price එක. Producers lage price එක change එක බලන්න තමයි මේක අපි මේ Department of Census and Statistics prepares the producer price index. Okay, the main advantage of this is to estimate or forecast future consumer price trends in the economy. Okay, the lamai. මේකේ ආන්සර් එක number 3. මේකේ minus නේ තියෙන්නේ ළමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් consumer prices were likely to fall. Real income of consumers were likely to fall. නෑ ළමයි. එහෙම එකක් නෑ. මොකද මේකේ inflation එකක් තිබ්බනම් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. Real income decreases if there is an inflation බුද. මේක කියන්නේ minus. It means we can expect consumer prices or prices of retail goods and services to decrease in the future. If prices of goods and services decrease, real income increases. Cost push inflation was likely to occur. No. Answer number 3, lamai. Consumer prices were likely to fall. Any question? If you are given a producer price index values, you can forecast. You can not the 100% conclusion. You can't exactly say that the consumer prices in the future. But did you understand the rule? Yes. හරි සන්දිල් මට ආන්සර්ස් දෙන්න අපි කතා කරමු එතකොට හරි මට කියන්න ප්‍රොඩියුසර් ප්‍රයිස් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් මේක කන්සියුමර් ප්‍රයිස් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එකක් නෙමෙයි දරුවෝ මේක ප්‍රොඩියුසර් ප්‍රයිස් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එකක් හරිද ප්‍රොඩියුසර් ප්‍රයිස් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එක මේන්ම ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එක තමයි ළමයි හිතන්න මේ හෝල්සේල් කියලා ළමයි මේක දිහා බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් ඉස්සරහට මොනවද කන්සියුමර් ප්‍රයිසස් වල වෙන්නේ කියලා ළමයි මේක තමයි මේන්ම බෙනිෆිට් එක of preparing producer price index හරිද එක clearද කියන්න මට are you clear with that point the purpose of preparing producer price index purpose of preparing producer price index is to measure or forecast future price changes in consumer prices clear ද බලන්න right okay හරි දැන් මට කියන්න producer price index එක මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ ළමයි minus ද plus ද නේ ජුලයි වල minus ඕගස්ට් වල minus සෙප්ටැම්බර් වල minus හරි මට කියන්න තර wholesale prices වල නැත්නම් producer prices වල upward trending එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ downward trending එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ is it increasing or decreasing downward කියන්නේ ළමයි prices are likely to decrease ළමයි then we can say based on minus value of PPI we can say consumer prices were likely to fall මොකද producer prices decrease වෙනවා කියන්නේ ළමයි කොහොමත් තව ටික දවසකින් මේ producer wholesale ඒවානේ ළමයි කොහොමත් retail වෙන්නේ තව ටික දවසකින් නේද ළමයි අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් consumer prices were likely to fall ළමයි likely to fall we can't say exactly may be falling prediction බුද prediction clear negatively increase equal decrease ඒ මොකක්ද දරුවෝ negatively increase equal decrease what did you mean Buddha 0.3 0.7 නෑනේ පුතා 0.3 now 0.6 it's a bigger minus value 0.7 තවත් decrease වෙනවා දැන් ජුලයි වල තියෙන්නේ minus 0.3 ඕගස්ට් වල minus 0.6 producer prices fall by the greater percentage with the higher percentage than July September also same bigger minus value did you get what I said yeah it's mean more decreases PPI decreases at a higher rate it's mean we can expect consumer prices to decrease in the future Are you okay with this? Yes, okay, right. 29th. If the rate of inflation rises from 20 to 30%, මොකද්ද මේ inflation එක පුතා? Hyperinflation, moderate level. What is this rate? Can anyone remember? 20 to 30 ළමයි. They haven't mentioned whether it's annual or monthly. Which function or characteristics of money is likely to be mostly affected? මේක ළමයි නේද normal inflation rate එකක් නේද? 20 to 20%. Right? Medium of exchange, standard of deferred payment, මේ unit of account එක මේකට කොහොමවත් impact එකක් නෑ ළමයි. මේක අයින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Divisibility කියන්නේ මේ function එකක් නෙමෙයිනේ ළමයි. මේක මේ characteristics of good money. Answers වෙන්න ඕන 1 2 3. ළමයි, what is the mostly affected function of money? If there is a, this is not hyperinflation ළමයි. Answer number 3 පුතා. Third one. This is medium of exchange. It doesn't mean that Buddha medium of exchange is not negatively affected. No, it affects. I mean, it gets affected. Okay, the lamai. But the mostly affected one is the store of value. Again, lamai මිනිස්සු money මේ banks වලට යන්නේවත් නැහැ. Clearද? දැන් ඔයාලට මතක නම් 2022 වල ළමයි අපේ inflation එක 20 නෙමෙයි ළමයි. 70% වලට ගියා per month. Clearද? But the people did not reject Sri Lankan rupee as a medium of exchange. Okay, the lamai. But people did not like to accept or use money as a store of value. Savings especially. Okay, the lamai. Here answer should be number 3. The most likely to be most affected. The store of value. Medium of exchange එකත් impact එකක් නැහැ කියලා නෙමෙයි ළමයි කියන්නේ, impact එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි mostly affected one is the store of value. බලන්න මම table එකක් දීලා තියෙ inflation එක කරද්දි moderate වලදී මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ, hyper inflation වලදී මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම explain කරලා දෙලා ළමයි. බලන්න මේකේ මොනවා issue එකක් තියෙනවද කියන්න. නේද ළමයි? Right. It's silent ළමයි. Right. Suppose the amount of reserves in the commercial banking system equals 100. Reserves 100 ළමයි. I think most of you have done the question properly. 30. The amount of deposit equals 500 million and amount of currency held by public equals 100. Under these circumstances, the money multiplier. Money multiplier equals M over H. Okay, the lamai. Money multiplier KOH. Sorry, money multiplier K equals M over H. Money supply. Money supply. Deposits. Money supply equals currency held by general public plus deposits නේද ළමයි? Money supply equals CP plus bank deposits. ඔය deposits වලනේ ළමයි අපි අර categories ගන්නේ C මොනවද? DDP LSB ගත්තේ ළමයි. හරිද? අපිට ඔක්කොටම කියන්න පුළුවන් deposits කියලා ළමයි. නේද? CP 100 ලු නේද? currency held by general public 100 ළමයි deposits 500. එතකොට මෙතන එනවා money supply එක 600. H ගන්න ළමයි. කොහමද H ගන්නෙ? high powered money supply equals CP plus CKB plus RR. CP කියන්නේ මේ part එකනේ ළමයි 100 plus CKB RR කියන්නේ ළමයි reserves of banks නේ. Commercial bank, the reserves of commercial bank equals 100. එතකොට මේ දෙකම 100. එතකොට මෙතන 100 කියන්නේ ළමයි total high powered money supply should be 200. Okay ද ළමයි? Money multiplier should be number 1. Answer number 1. ළමයි, any question? No? Right, 31. If statutory reserve ratio was raised, very simple ළමයි, money supply will decrease. If statutory reserve ratio was raised, money supply ළමයි answer. Thanks. No. Yeah, money supply would fall. Answer number 2. 31. What is negative consumption externality associated with chewing gum? Negative consumption externality mean පුතා something bad on third party from consumption activity නේද ළමයි? Consumption activity is chewing gum. Cost. Third one නේද ළමයි? මේක හරිය ලේසි. Disregard chewing gum on payment. Experience ඇතිනේ නේද ළමයි? Third. Which one of the following is an example of market failure? මේක පොඩ්ඩක් complicated ටිකක් ළමයි question. මේක ඇත්තටම ළමයි answer එක third මම ඔයාලට third එකටත් marks දීලා ඇති. මේක ඇත්තටම answer එකෙන් ඕනේ second එක. මම ඔයාලට third එකට marks දුන්නේ ළමයි මොකද දන්නවද? අර අපි ගොඩක් අර ඔයාලගේ syllabus එකේ අපි මොකද්ද moral hazard කියලා concept එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒක එච්චර discuss කරන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි. ඒකත් market failure එකේ එක part එකක්. අර ඔයාලා වැඩි දන්නේ නැති හින්දා තමයි මම marks දුන්නේ ඒකට. හරිද? මේ බලන්න. Which one of the following is an example of market failure? මට third එක මොකද්ද කියන්න දරු? excessive administration cost in providing the product or service. Excessive administrative cost. Puta, is it government failure or market failure? Government also fails due to inherent character. Yes, Puta. Yes, what did you say?
government failure.
ඔව් මේක government failure එක ළමයි. එයාට අර එන වැඩේ කරගන්න බෑ. යාගේ cost එක වැඩිනේ. excessive administration. ඒතර මේක government failure එක. මේක ගන්න බෑ කොහොමද? හරිද? හරි. Then Buddha, unintended consequences that flows the introduction of an indirect taxes. මේකත් ළමයි government failure. Government provision of flood defenses that is greater than socially optimum output level. මේකත් government failure ළමයි. අර යාට ගොඩක් තියෙනවා අර information වල පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙනවා government sector එකට ළමයි. Informations are outdated. දැන් අර government එක responsibility එකක් තියෙනවා ළමයි. Government has a responsibility to provide flood defense. Flood defense mean public goods ළමයි. මේ කවදාවත් private sector එක produce කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒතර මේක public good එකක්. Are you okay with this? This should be a public good. This is an oversupply of public good. Yeah, government can end up with overproduction of public goods. එයා දන්නවා government private sector එක කොහොමත් මේක produce කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම produce කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා එයා produce කරනවා. හැබැයි අර information failure එක හින්දා ළමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අර එයාට හරියටම ඕනි ගන්න produce කරගන්න බැරි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Government provision of flood defenses that is greater than socially optimum output level. Yeah, it might be. This is also government failure. Okay, the lamai. Third one, lower prices create an incentive for firms to switch production to more profitable activities. Lamai, this is not market failure. This is normal market. This is how normally market functions. Pre-market economic system. When price is lower, if there are lower prices and low prices mean to the low profits, then firms are willing to shift resources from one industry to another industry, which is more profitable. So remember, Lamai, this is the, I mean, how usually market mechanism works. That is not market failure. Okay, the Lamai, listen very carefully, right? This is a bit complicated point. Doctors prescribe too many medicines because the cost is covered by health insurance. Now, insurance එකක් තිබ්බහම ළමයි, there is a concept called moral hazard. It is in your syllabus ළමයි, but it's not discussed in detail. This is a one of the reasons for market failures. This is called moral hazard. වැඩි හිතන්න එපා ළමයි මේ වචන එහෙම ඉල්ල නෑ moral hazard. හැබැයි MCQ එකකට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මේකේ වාට ළමයි ඔයා moral hazard ගැන දන්නේ නැති වුණාට ඔයාට කියන්න අර දැන් කොහොමත් first එකයි fourth එකයි fifth එකයි කොහොමත් government failure, third එක කොහොමත් normal market function එකක්. I mean කොහොමද එයා normally function වෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාට කියන්න පුළුවන් අර කොහොමත් second එක තමයි answer එක එන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි මම third එකට marks දුන්නේ ළමයිට මෙහෙම හිතන්න පුළුවන්. If there are no enough profits for that, that's why resources are not allocated to produce merit goods and public goods. If the students go deep and deeper and deeper, then for the students may reach to the conclusion, right? Okay, public goods කොහොමත් produce කරන එක market failure එකක් නේ ළමයි. Because they are not profitable. merit goods ඒත් එහෙමනේ ළමයි. හරිද? අර එහෙම ළමයි හිතයි කියලා තමයි මම third එක දුන්නේ answer එක. ඇත්තටම third එක ගන්න බෑ මෙතන. හරිද? Okay ද ළමයි? මේ moral hazard කියන්නේ ළමයි මේ if you feel that you are being protected by someone else, okay the llama, you try to take excessive risk in your life. Repeat one more time. If you feel that if you are being protected by external party, your parents or insurance company or government or someone, you try to take excess risk in some activities. Especially with the simple idea is you try to behave without responsibility. Clear? දැන් ඔය A level කාලෙත් පොඩක් එහෙම ලොකුවට කෙයා කරන්නේ නැහනේ, පොඩි රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්න කැමති, ක්ලාස් එන්න ක්ලාස් කට් කරනවාම තියෙනවනේ ළමයිගේ ළමයි. අපිත් එහෙම තමයි කාලේ. The reason is පුතා you know that you are being protected by your parents. සල්ලි දෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම අම්මලා තාත්තලා, කිසි ඉෂුව එකක් නැහැ, මොන හරි වුණත් අම්මලා තාත්තලා ඉන්නවා. හරිද? ප්‍රයිවට් යුනිවර්සිටි එකකට දාරි කමක් නැහැ, මොකක් හරි කළා. ඒ වගේ කවුරු හරි ප්‍රොටෙක්ට් කරගෙන ඉන්නවා කියලා දැනුණාට පස්සේ ඔයා responsibility එකක් ගන්න ලයිෆ් එකේ. That is called moral hazard. When it comes to economics lamai, especially insurance companies lamai, if you feel you have an insurance company lamai, sorry, insurance policy, you try to take excessive risk in your life. Researchers have proven this with evidences lamai. Right? People who have insurance coverage for the usually go to hospitals because they know that the cost is covered by hospitals. පොඩි ලෙඩක් හැදුනොත් එයාලා යනවා ළමයි. Clearද? එයාලා දන්නවා අවුලක් නැහැ, bill එක cover කරනවා insurance company එකේ. මේකට කියනවා moral hazard. It's one of the reasons or one of the causes of market failures. හරිද ළමයි? So මේකේ second එක තමයි හොඳම answer එක. third එකත් අවුලක් නැහැ ගන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි පුතා ටිකක් ඒක අර a bit far away. Any question? Yes. Are you there or am I talking towards just a screen? දැන් කියන්න එපා සර් moral hazard syllabus එකේ නැත්නම් equation එක ළමයි MCQ වල එහෙම අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා දන්නවද අර හතර වාට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන මේක government failures මේක normal market function and third එක අපි දන්නේ නැතුණත් ඒක තමයි answer එක. clearද? දැන් syllabus එකේ ළමයි අර decrease in opportunity cost නෑනේ හැබැයි MCQs දාන්න. දානවා කියන්නේ අර normal වාට පොඩ්ඩක් හිතන්න පුළුවන් නේ. clearද? right. 34 house construction there are two supply curves mean this should be negative externality ළමයි. supply curves දෙකක් තියෙනවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම negative externality of production sorry මේ externalities of production right externalities in production if marginal social cost is greater than marginal social cost is greater than marginal private cost no any doubt Pudha this should be tell me lamai which type of externality Unara
Negative externalities.
negative externality in production yes okay the lamai this should be negative externality in production ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒක අල්ල ගන්න ළමයි නැත්නම් මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ negative externalities in production production කියලා කොහොමද කියන්නේ ළමයි supply curves දෙකක් තියෙනවා demand curves දෙකක් තියෙනවා ඔක externalities of consumption හරිද හරියටම negative externalities කියලා කොහොමද කියන්නේ marginal cost is greater than marginal private cost හරිද මොකක්ද answer එක ළමයි housing construction industry is a major source of pollution which one of the following can be from the diagram socially optimum Q1 ද ළමයි නෑනේ socially optimum level is this is social optimum should be with the Q2 නේ social optimum should be Q2 මේකනේ first එක වැරදි second එක market equilibrium is Q2 නෑ market equilibrium is the point where marginal private cost and marginal private benefit are equal in Q1 second එකත් වැරදි ළමයි third එක fourth එක fifth එක the market price is OP2 market price is OP2 nෑ market price is OP1 ළමයි third එකත් wrong then answer should be fourth one or fifth sorry third one or fourth one they ask the welfare loss triangle lamai welfare loss triangle should be this one ai lamai එහෙම කියන්නේ බලන්න මේ come vertically upward lamai come vertically upward from this overproduction part හරිද මේ Q1 එකයි Q2 එකයි මෙන්න මේකෙන් උඩට එන්න ළමයි හරිද then this is the marginal social cost of this overproduction part මෙන්න මේ part එක I'll use a different color මේක තමයි marginal social cost part of this overproduction Q1 to Q2 overproduction මේක තමයි marginal social cost එක ළමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ overproduction part එකේ marginal social cost එක තමයි මේ red color එකෙන් shade කරලා තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? ඕකේ බලන්න marginal social benefit ළමයි. Marginal social benefit is this one. Then Buddha you can see that there is a difference between marginal social cost and marginal social benefits what are marginal private benefits කියලා ගත්තත් කමක් නැහැ කොහොමද මේ දෙක equal නේ ළමයි then you can see marginal social cost curve is above marginal social benefit curve cos in මෙන්න මේ gap එකට කියනවා ළමයි social welfare loss actually this is not social welfare loss this should be dead weight loss but in this lesson Buddha that this is not I mean they don't pay much attention on the difference between dead weight loss and social welfare loss okay so answer should be number UWV. පදාංශ එක ළමයි. Answer number 4. මොනවාරි question එකක් තියෙනවද කියන්නේ? ඔකේද ළමයි? Yes? No? $35. Government currently has a budget deficit. Is considering the possible මේක නම් ඔක්කොම හැමෝම කරලා තිබ්බ හොඳට නේ මට මතකයි. Possible variation in tax revenue and government expenditure, which option are likely to have the potential to move budget into surplus ළමයි. ඕකේ මෙන්න මේක ඉන්න බෑනේ. tax revenue එක reduce කරලා government expenditure එක increase කරොත් කවදාවත් ළමයි budget surplus එකක් එන්න බෑ. හරිද? මේ තුන possible නේ. W එකේ එන්න පුළුවන්, X එකේ එන්නත් පුළුවන්, Z එකේ එන්නත් පුළුවන්. මොන හරි explanations ඕන නම් කියන්න ළමයි. Answer number මොකද්ද ළමයි? Y sorry WXZ WXZ Y නැති ඕන answer එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් වාට. third එක second එක නේ. Right. Which one of the following statement about Keynesian long run aggregate supply? කොහොමද යන්නේ ළමයි Keynesian long run aggregate supply curve? මම මේ කතා කරලා ළමයි අර demand full inflation එකේ. Demand full inflation can be explained using two approaches. මතකද? The first one is hello. You say something? According to Keynes, the long run aggregate supply curve has two parts. Initially, it has upward in slope like this. Then Buddha, it has a perfectly inelastic. This is LRAs. Long run aggregate supply curve. Here price level, and this is real GDP. Why? Okay, the lamai. This is the full employment level. This is called YF. Full employment level of okay ද ළමයි. ඇයි ළමයි අපි මේක inflation අර demand full inflation එක දැම්මේ? මේක මොකක්ද? aggregate demand curve එක. මතකද ඔයාලට? When aggregate demand increases ළමයි, aggregate supply does not respond because producers can't increase aggregate supply as economy has come to the full employment level. Then Buddha general price level starts to increase at a my god, right, at a the rapid percentage increase, that huge percentage. It is called demand pull inflation according to the Keynesian theory. They ask the LRAs, shape of the LRAs. Curve is perfectly inelastic at the full employment level of real output. මේක නේද ළමයි answer එක number 1. Curve is relatively elastic නෑ. Relatively inelastic නෑ ළමයි. Perfectly inelastic at higher level of spare capacity? No. Curve is unitary elastic? No. Answer number 1. Perfectly inelastic at the full employment level of real output. Answer should be number 1. Any question? Itma, Sandil, Punara.
No, sir.
Right. Tax revenue raised by indirect taxes. Indirect taxes mean to the taxes on goods and services. I saw someone. Sandil, your answer is correct. Punara, your one. 37?
Yes.
Correct. Sitma?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, sales of... tell me. Very good question. Shall we categorize these revenue sources of the government, Lamai? Number one, sales of government assets. Punara, tell me whether it's direct or indirect or something else. Sales of government assets. To which category does it belong, Lamai? Okay. Tax on self-employed, Punara. To which category does it belong? Tax on self-employed. Direct or indirect, Puda? Punara, direct or indirect, Puda? Tax on self-employed. Self-employed mean that,
Direct.
yeah, it is direct. Because it is on human, or sorry, the people wealth or income. Direct. This is direct. Indirect mean only for on goods and services. So this should be direct because this is on self-employed, not on goods and services. It should be direct. Carbon tax on goods produced. ඒක කියලාම තියෙනවා ළමයි goods produce. Sandil direct or indirect පුදා? This is indirect. Corporate taxes. Punara, corporate taxes.
Direct.
Direct daru. Yes, very good. Direct. Profit and income in direct taxes. Capital gain tax. Direct or indirect? Sitma? මොනවද capital gain tax කියන්නේ ළමයි? ඔය share market එකේ shares අරන් තියනවා නම් ඒවා sell කරනකොට මොනවා හරි profit එකක් ආවොත් තමයි profit එකකට ඔය tax ගෙවන්න ඕනි. ඒවට කියනවා capital gain tax කියලා. Clearද? දැන් දන්නවා capital gain වල tax එක, sorry, the total capital gain when selling shares is let's say about 1 million, right? A particular percentage, 10 billion or 15% of capital gain that you have earned, right, should be paid to the government as taxes. That is called capital gain tax. My question is it direct or indirect? Sitma?
Indirect.
Direct daru. Indirect කියන්නේ goods and services වලට දාන taxes වලට විතරයි. දැන් මේක ගන්න දරුවාගේ capital gain එකෙන් portion එකක් නේ government එක ගන්න. මොන හරි relationship එකක් තියෙනවද goods and services එක්කන්? ළමයි. Capital gain tax is a direct tax daru. Direct tax, not indirect. Clear? Yes. Are you okay with this? Goods and services tax. Goods and services tax. If you don't give the correct answer, don't sit exam this time. Yes, Lamai. Tax goods and tax. Goods and services tax. Sitma, what is
Indirect.
ඒක කියනවානේ ළමයි goods and services කියලා indirect. Air passenger tax, direct or indirect? This is also indirect ළමයි. මේක finally පුතා මේ tax එක add කරනවා මේ passengers ලට. Fare of that air ticket. Right? Shift කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන්නේ මේක indirect. මේක තියෙන්නේ good එකකට නෙමෙයි service එකකට ළමයි. Air passenger කියන්නේ service නේ ළමයි. Clearද? ඒක පොඩක් අපිට නිකන් මැජික් වගේ අය air passenger tax කිව්වහම indirect taxes mean taxes on goods and services. Goods and services. Air passenger tax means service. Okay, the line. What about sales of government assets? To which category does it belong? Lamai, this is government non-tax revenue. Remember, this is not the direct indirect. This is revenue tamai but non-tax. Okay, the lamai. Hari, මොනවද indirect නේද අහන්නේ? මොනවද indirect තියෙන්නේ ළමයි? Direct තියෙනවා carbon tax on goods produced. මේක ගන්න ඕනි. How much the value ළමයි? 100,000 ගන්න ඕනි. ආයෙ මෙතන යා passenger tax තියෙනවා. 1,200. Answer number 1. Any question? Okay නේද ළමයි?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. 38. මේක නම් ළමයි කැල් කළාම බලන්න ඕනේ නිකන් කියන්න. ඒක නිකමුත් කියන්න පුළුවන් මෙහෙම මේ countries terms of trade decline නේ ළමයි. So that decline mean favorable effect or unfavorable? Is it good or bad? Decrease in terms of trade. Yes. If we export 1 unit, we can't buy 1 unit lamai. We can import 0.8 units. Lamai, have we obtained benefits from international law? Have we lost? Sigma, Sanvil, terms of trade is less than 100. Yo, Lama, I can't remember this one.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Terms of trade is less than 100 because 81.8. I'm asking, have we gained something from international trade or have we lost something?
Lost.
Lost. If it is less than 100, Buddha, it's not good for us. Right? We are getting weaker and weaker in the international trade. Right. මොකක්ද answer එක ළමයි? මේකේ ළමයි 1 minute please. Hello. Any question, Lamai? So here, Lamai, can you hear me properly now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Lamai, the answer should be, what is the answer? ළමයි මේ වගේ question එකක් දුන්නොත් හරියටම කැල් කරලා බලන්න. ඇයි base year price index එක 100 නේ ළමයි. ඒත් එක ඔයාලට කැල් කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. ඔයාලට second එකේ හරියටම terms of trade එක කැල් කරන්න ඕන නම් කොහොමද කරන්න ඕන ළමයි? How to calculate terms of trade? Export price index over import price index into 100. Export price index over import price index into 100. Export price index ඒ කියන්නේ original එක 100 නේ ළමයි. base year value එක මේ base value කියනවනේ ළමයි base year value එක 100 කොහොමද? එතකොට decreases by 10% කියන්නේ new value එක 90. Divide by import price index base year value is 100 පුතා. It has increased by 16%. It has increased by 16%. Okay ද ළමයි? එතකොට original එක 100 නම් if it increases by 16%, answer should be 100. This is yeah, export price in import price index into 100 ළමයි. කැල්කලා බලන්න. Okay ද ළමයි? If answer is if you simplify this value, if answer is 81.8 puda, first answer is correct. How to evaluate second answer? Export price index increases by 24%. Original එක 100 නේ ළමයි 24% වලින් increase කරනවා කියන්නේ export price index එක 124%. Sorry 124. Over import price index decreases. Original එක 100 decreases by 17%. ඒ කියන්නේ ළමයි import price index එක 83 වෙන්න ඕනි. Clearද? By 100. මේක නම් කොහොමත් වෙන්න බෑ නේද ළමයි answer එක. Because 124 over 83 into 100 නේ ළමයි. කොහොමත් වෙන්න බෑ. It's more than 100 නේද? Second one එක නම් කොහොමත් වෙන්න බෑ ළමයි. First one is possible. Second one මම කියන එක තේරෙනවනේ ඔයාලට පුළුවන් නේද ළමයි? Export price index decreases by 19%. ඒ කියන්නේ ළමයි new export price index should be 81. මෙයා decrease වෙනවා ළමයි. මෙයා decrease වෙනවා 48% වලින්. එතකොට 100 minus 48 කියන්නේ 52. 52 into 100. මේකත් එන්න බෑ නේද ළමයි? If you simplify this value, answer would be more than 100. මේකත් එන්න බෑ. fourth එකෙන්නත් බෑ නේද ළමයි? කොහොමද export price increase වෙලා import price decrease වුණොත් එහෙම terms of trade එක deteriorate වෙන්න බෑනේ ළමයි. fifth එක මම හිතන්නේ answer එක. බලන්න හරිද කියලා. ඊට fifth එක බලන්න export price index increases by 8%. Export price index increases by 8%. Export price index increases by 8%. එතකොට ළමයි 100 base year එක value එක නම් 8% වලින් increase කරනවා කියන්නේ මේක 108 වෙන්න ඕන. නේද ළමයි? Over this is increases by 32. 32 කියන්නේ මේක 132 වෙන්න ඕන ළමයි. Right? Multiplied by 100. Multiplied by 100. What is the answer, Buddha? I think it should be fifth one. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, answer should be number 5. Sitma clear the?
Yes, sir.
Okay. $81.8, number 5. 39. They ask the beneficial international trade, mutually beneficial international trade. මොකක්ද answer එක ළමයි? මේක නම් ළමයි වරද්දලා තිබුණා ගොඩක් අය. got the correct answer? Punara, your one is wrong, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why? Why is that? Yes, Puta, base year value should be 100 in every question. That doesn't change. Base year price index value should be 100. Okay? Right. Here, Puta, I think answer should be, what is the answer that I have given you? I saw you had calculated the values properly, my opportunity cost, but I think that the mistake is the recognizing the correct beneficial, mutually beneficial international trade, that ratio. The answer should be number 3. If you want me to do this, Buddha, let me know. I'll do it. No problem.
Could you please explain it, sir?
Here, Buddha, you have to calculate the opportunity cost first.
Yes, sir. Please explain.
Explain. Okay. Can you prepare a small table first? I'll use the whiteboard, Lama. Cinnamon, rubber. This is 1000, 2400, 1400, and 2008. Okay, Lama. Could I prepare a table first? Country A, B. No need table, but for my easiness, I am preparing table. What are the two products, Lama? Cinnamon and rubber. Lama, country A. This is ASPPC. Country A. A lamai rubber production 1000, cinnamon production 2800. B cinnamon 1400. This is 2400. O, right? O. A country can produce with the 1200 units of cinnamon or 1000 units of rubber. B 1400 units of cinnamon or 2400 units of rubber. Calculate the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost of producing a unit of cinnamon. Okay, ළමයි. Country A, country B. ළමයි, country A to produce 2,800 units of cinnamon because number of units given up over number of units produced gain. හරිද? Number of units cinnamon 2,800 produce කරන්න යාට මේ ටික sacrifice කරන්න වෙනවා ළමයි. 1000 units of rubber. මේවා rubber ළමයි. මේවා cinnamon. හරිද? Country B to produce 1,400 units of cinnamon, 2,400 units of rubber have to be given now. Right? Calculate the opportunity cost. It should be, Anibuddha, can you tell me the values here? You please use make a calculation for me. 1,000 over 2,800.
So country A cinnamon 2,800, rubber 1,400.
Country A,
Cinnamon 2,800 and rubber should be 1,000.
1,000, yes. Country A, cinnamon 2,800 and rubber production 1,000. Country A to produce 2,800 cinnamon, they have to sacrifice 1,000 units of rubber. Am I wrong?
Okay.
මොකක් හරි issue එකක් තියෙනවනම් කියන්න. Are you not okay with that?
No, so
Okay, right. Can you tell me the values for that? 1,000 over 2,800.
0.36.
0.36. Here, 1.71.
1.71.
Okay, the lamai. It's mean lamai 1 unit of cinnamon. 1 unit of cinnamon. Okay, the lamai. Cinnamon should be exchanged. Should be exchanged. මේ ළමයි මේවා rubber ළමයි. Opportunity cost of producing cinnamon should be expressed in terms of rubber. එතකොට මේ 0.36 0.71 කියන rubber ළමයි. Clear? එතකොට 1 unit of cinnamon should be exchanged for 0.36 units of rubber, more than 0.36 units of rubber, and less than 1.71 units of rubber. හරිද ළමයි? Here, opposite ළමයි. This is opportunity cost of producing a rubber unit. Rubber unit. Opposite ළමයි. 2,800, 1,000. It's mean to the how much? 2.8 නේද? මේවා cinnamon ළමයි. මෙතන 1,400, 2,004. Can you tell me the value here? Yes, ළමයි. How much the value?
0.58.
0.58. Then මොකක්ද conclusion එක? මේවා cinnamon ළමයි. Then what does it mean? 1 unit of rubber. මෙතනින් ගන්න ළමයි. 1 unit of rubber මේ opportunity cost of producing rubber නේ. 1 unit of rubber should be exchanged for 0.58 unit of cinnamon and 2.8 unit of cinnamon ළමයි. Clear? More than 0.58 cinnamon and less than 2.8 units of cinnamon. Are you okay with this? මොකක්ද answer එක ළමයි බලන්න. 0.35, 0.35 and 0.1 sorry 0.71 third එක නේද ළමයි fourth එක ගන්න බෑනේ 1 minute of cinnamon no 0.58 sorry 0.58 and 2.8 කියන්නේ ළමයි not 1 minute of cinnamon 1 minute of rubber should be exchanged for fourth answer is correct that values are correct but the not the cinnamon here the it should be 1 minute of rubber should be exchanged for 0.58 and 2.8 units of cinnamon. Did you get what I said? Are you okay with this? Punara?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sitma?
clear sir.
Okay. Sandil, okay though. මම හිතනවා වගේ කැල්කියුලේෂන් එකේ නෙමෙයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. මම දැක්කා ඔයාලා ටේබල් එක හදලා ඒක හොඳට කැල් කරලා තියෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ අර එහෙම නේද සිත්ම? නැද්ද?
sir මං අරගේ 1000 කියලා අරගෙන ඉන්නේ මේ 1000 එක 1400 කියලා අරන්
ඒක. හරිද? Okay. Sandil, I think your answer is correct, right? I think I don't know. I'm not mistaken. Yes. මම හිතන්නේ පුනාරගේ ඉෂුව එක තියෙන්නේ මේ අර opportunity cost එක කැල් කරන එක නෙමෙයි. අර at recognizing that product correctly. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Right. 40th. According to the Marshall lazy nේද ළමයි in which of the following situation the current account BOP will worsen ළමයි. What is the conclusion Buddha? If price elasticity of demand මොකද්ද මේකේ conclusion එක ළමයි? I think I don't know. What is the theory point here?
less than greater than
Yes. Theory point is මේ දෙක ඇඩ් කළාට පස්සේ ළමයි price elasticity of exports and imports if it is greater than 1 currency depreciation or devaluation makes a positive impact on balance of payment. හරිද? මේ දෙක ඇඩ් කළාට පස්සේ මොකක් හරි economy එක ළමයි මේ දෙකේ sum එක if it is less than 1 balance of payment will go from bad to worse. මෙහෙම තියනවා නම් depreciation හරියන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි. හරිද? If EDX and EDM are equals 1, no impact. Okay, the llama. Even though we go into devaluation or depreciation, I mean if depreciation is made by change in demand and supply forces of currency, there won't be impact. I mean no positive negative impact. Then they asked the worsen. Then look at the answer which has the lowest value ළමයි. That should be the answer. Less than 1, lowest value. I think it should be fourth one, right? Import එක 0.8 ළමයි. එතකොට ගොඩාක් inelastic. 0.4 කියන්නේ ඒත් ගොඩාක් inelastic. එතකොට මේ දෙක ඇඩ් කරාගෙන 0.5 less than 1 answer should be fourth one. මෙහෙමයි third එකෙත් ළමයි less than 1 තමයි මේ. හැබැයි they ask the worsen the most. Fourth one should be the answer. Fourth one should be the answer. Any question? Yes.
Clear, sir.
41. The following graph shows demand and supply for Sri Lankan rupees in the foreign exchange market for the sterling pound. The initial equilibrium is R ළමයි. This is the original equilibrium R. ඒ කියන්නේ ළමයි මෙන්න මේක තමයි original supply curve එක. ඔයාලට original equilibrium එක කිව්වට පස්සේ පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනි. This is the original supply curve. This is the original demand. Original demand curve. Now what happened? Puta, tell me, is this direct method or indirect method? මෙතනින් බලන්න ළමයි. Price of 1 sterling pound in rupees. මෙහෙම. Price of 1 sterling pound in rupees. 1 sterling pound equals 400 rupees. Is it direct method or indirect method? From Sri Lankan point of view?
Direct method.
Yeah, this is direct method because the value of foreign currency in terms of domestic currency. So that this is direct method. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ මේ තියෙන ළමයි demand and supply of sterling pound. එතකොට මෙතන ඉන්න ළමයි quantity of sterling pound. Quantity of, sorry, not dollars, sterling pound. Sterling pound. Okay, the ළමයි. Then what happens? Then remember that this supply, this is a supply of ළමයි මේක ඔයාලට මේක තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කරන්න ඕනේ නැත්තම් මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ. හරිද? මේක තමයි supply of, this is supply of what? Sterling pounds. Okay, the ළමයි. And demand for pounds, not Sri Lankan rupees. Demand for. Okay, the ළමයි. Then what happens? When the custom in UK charges a higher tax, Britain mean the US, right? Charges a higher tax on goods imported from Sri Lanka. What does it mean? Buddha? More taxes, more tariff on Sri Lankan imports. Kunara, tell me, if UK imposes more taxes on Sri Lankan products, would Sri Lankan's products become expensive or cheap for US people? Not US or UK.
Expensive.
Expensive lamai. You get what I said? Sitma, Sandil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then Sri Lankan products become very expensive for UK people. Then tell me, Buddha, would they buy more Sri Lankan products or less Sri Lankan products now? Sitma? Yes? Would more Sri Lankan products be demanded or less Sri Lankan products could be demanded? I need answers. Kunara?
Less Sri Lankan.
Less Sri Lankan products would be demanded, Lama. That's not the big problem. I mean, it's not the question actually, it's a small question. Right? Then Lamai, when they demand less the less amount of Sri Lankan products, demand for Sri Lankan rupees will decrease, Lamai. Why? Now they are not demanding Sri Lankan products, Lamai. Not demanding much Sri Lankan products. It means the demand for Sri Lankan rupees will decrease. Demand for the rupees on lamai. Demand for Sri Lankan rupees Demand for LKR will decrease. Okay, the lamai. Demand for LKR will decrease. Lamai. LKR demand equals what is supply of supply of sterling pounds, right? යාලා අපේ කරන්සි එක ඩිමාන්ඩ් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ යාලා අපේ එකට යාලට ඕනි නැහැ කියන්නේ ගොඩක් ළමයි. යාලා එක්ස්චේන්ජ් මාකට් එකට එන්නේ නැහැ ගොඩක්. ක්ලියර්ද? ඒ කියන්නේ යාලගේ සප්ලයි එක ගොඩක් අඩුයි ළමයි. කෙනෙක් වලට ක්ලියර් දන්නේ නැහැ. if they don't demand okay the lamai if they don't demand Sri Lankan products lamai they don't want more Sri Lankan rupees if they don't want more Sri Lankan rupees Buddha, they don't supply more sterling pounds to the market. You get what I said? Then Buddha supply of sterling pound will decrease. It means supply curve of sterling pound will shift to the left side. Are you okay with this? Any question, Lamai? Then this is the new supply curve. Here demand doesn't change, Lamai. This is the new supply curve, S1. Okay, the Lamai. Then
But there's no point.
no answer. Yeah, oh my. Then new I'm sorry, I'm not asked this question. This is new equilibrium should be this one. Oh, you should be here, Lama, not here. Then pre-mark has to be given, Lama. Add 2, no, add 1 mark. Ne? Yeah, 1 mark to your question. That answer the final mark. Okay, the Lama. Sorry, answer is not you as you know, no answer. No, actually, that's the problem is with the graph, Lama. That you should be here. Anyway, are you clear with the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sigma, Sandhir. 41. 42
Yes.
very yes Buddha 42 මේක පොඩ්ඩක් අර පැටලෙනවා ළමයි මේ main function and objectives of IMF එකේ අහන්න ළමයි main objective හරිද objective should be remove barriers to trade මේක ළමයි not the function or objectives of IMF that is of the World Trade Organization WTO මේකේ ආන්සර් එක ළමයි මෙන්න මේක ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් හොඳේ third එක ළමයි IMF එකේ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් right provide industrial and technical advisory services to member countries එක main objective එකක් නෙමෙයි මේකේ ආන්සර් එක number 5 provide long term loan facilities to member countries during sudden financial crisis එද ළමයි 42 මොනාරි ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා කියන්න ළමයි 42 number 5 sixth the statement that indicate slow economic growth very simple lamai slow economic growth mean GDP in between 1 to 3% indicate slow economic growth slow mean for the lower rate 1 to 3 point 1 to 3% for the 8 to 10% economic growth mean actually really high percentage because we can't expect for the economy to grow by 50% 100% that is unusual not practical 8 to 10 mean very high level of economic growth. 1 to 3 mean a slow level of or lower level of economic. Third one is the answer. 44, that is Lawrence curve. You can see the Lawrence curve has gone away from the line of equality. A to B, Lawrence curve shifts from A to B, then the answer should be relative poverty. The Lawrence curve is not used to measure relative poverty. That is income inequality. මේකේ මොකක්ද answer එක ළමයි? percentage of total income received by wealth in the country further increases. Answer number 4. නේද ළමයි? Answer number 4. Because income disparity has increased. In percentage of total income received by the wealthy in the country further increases. 45. Answer number 5 ළමයි. There are UN, United Nations has introduced actually these goals were introduced in 2015. There are 17 goals. These are called sustainable development goals. It might be it should be in the pursuit lama, economic growth and development, right? 17 goal is the last one actually. Goal is the established global partnerships. They expect to achieve these goals by 2030. By 2030, right? The most of goals towards the sustainable development, protecting environment, and because we have gone to achieving economic growth without sustainability. I mean, just economic growth without thinking about environmental sustainability. So these sustainable development goals are the basically focus on the sustainable, especially protecting environment and sustainable side lama. Okay. Achieving future today goals, protecting resources for future generation. Global any question lama? No, right? Okay. Right. 45. Global competitive index. Answer number 1. Assess how countries achieve the maintain economic growth and how businesses of every country is influenced by competitiveness. Right? Fifth one is wrong. It does not measure economy. Global competitiveness. It measures the competitiveness of the country. How competitive we are. Right? 47. Which one of the factors hindering rapid economic growth? According to the given answers for the answer number 2. Weak governance and corruption. 48. I think all of you have answered properly. Answer should be number 4. Am I correct? I think it should be. But I think if you need more explanations, please let me know. Right? And 49. Following the dominance of computers in the word processing industry, some typists who are not computer literacy lost their jobs. That is structural unemployment. Some people have become unemployed due to skill mismatch. They have some skills, but their skills are not matched with the what market demands, job market demand. That is called structural unemployment, not frictional. A frictional means when moving from one job to another job for a short period of time, people can be unemployed. Cyclical mean due to that recessionary time period, that in the recession time period of business cycle, businesses are not performing well. So some people can be unemployed. Distinguish means something else. Seasonal mean due to seasonality of jobs, people can be unemployed. Answer number 2, structural unemployment. 30th, Sri Lanka needs to implement structural reforms to recover from the economic crisis. Which one of the following not a matter included in these reforms? Debt structure, and yes, of course, Lama. One of the main. Macroeconomic stability, yes. IMF wants us to keep macroeconomic stability. Improvement of government fiscal operation, of course, Lamai. That's why Sri Lankan government introduced tax reforms and reducing government expenditures. Fifth one, action to stimulate inflow of foreign direct investment, yes. But there is no policy requirement called continuously keeping the external value of the foreign Sri Lankan rupee at lower level. එහෙම එකක් නැහැ ළමයි. Answer number 4. Okay. Done. Any question ළමයි? සිත්ම අන්දීල් පුනාරා
No, sir, clear.
ළමයි ඔයාලා ඔක්කොටම ඒහෙකට යන්න පුළුවන්. හරියද? මේ දවස් ටික හොඳට මහන්සි වෙන්න. මොන හරි ඉෂුව එකක් තිබ්බොත් කියන්න. හරිද? පේපර්ස් කරන්න බැරි අර ගොඩක් වාට දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා නම් මේක මට කොහොමද දැන් අල්ලන්න බෑ කියලා ඒව අතහැරලා දාන්න. ඒ වුණා. හැම වෙලාවකම පොසිටිව් වෙන්න. හරිද? ලොකු ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකක් ගන්න එපා මම මේක කියන්නම හිටියලා. ලොකු ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකක් ගන්න එපා ළමයි. ගොඩාක් ළමයිට අවුල් යන තරම්. 2022 හරි 3 හරි ළමයෙක් හිටියා මේ රත්නාවලි බාලිකා. ගම්පහ. O level A9s මාර හරිද? සෙක්ෂන් එකේ නම් හෙඩ් අර මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ නෙමෙයි සෙකන්ඩ් තර්ඩ් වගේ හිටිය ළමයි. ලාස්ට් ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් එකටත් ගත්ත කොහොමත් 79 or 83 for my subject. Okay ද ළමයි. හැබැයි එක්සෑම් ලඟ වෙලා යා පොඩ්ඩක් අවුල් ගියා ළමයි මෙන්ටලි. කියන එක තේරෙනවා. යා අන්තිමට එක්සෑම් ලිව්වේ නැහැ. ක්ලියර්ද? අර නිකන් ඒක අර ඕවර් තින්කින් වගේ ළමයි. වඩ ක්ලියර්ද? එහෙම වෙන්න එපා ළමයි. ඒක එහෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අනිත් එක ඔයාලට එහෙම කොහොමද පර්ෆෙක්ට් එහෙම මූවමන්ට් එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි එක්සෑම් එකට යන්න. යන්න දැන් මම හිතන්නේ I think ඔයාලගේ ඔක්කොම මාස් 65 වලට වැඩි හැමෝගෙම නේද? ඔව් නේ? ඔයාලට යන්න පුළුවන් ඒහෙකට ළමයි. හරිද? මේ තව ටිකක් මහන්සි වෙන්න පොසිටිව් වෙන්න හැම වෙලාවම අර මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ අර unnecessary pressure එකක් ගන්න එපා ළමයි බොරුවට අර නිකන් හරි calm වෙන්න ළමයි මම කියන එක ක්ලියර්ද ඔයාලට? අර මම එහෙම ළමයි දැකලා තියෙනවා. අනිත් එක මේ එක්සෑම් කියන්නේ මේ කොහොම නෙමෙයිනේ ළමයි. එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. ඔයාලට මේ පොසිටිව් වෙන්න අර මේ එහෙම කියලා මේ පාඩම් කරන්න එපා, වැඩ කරන්න එපා, ඔක්කොම අතහරින්න කියලා. දැන් අර unnecessary pressure එකක් ගන්න එපා. එහෙම වුණොත් ඔයාලට දන්න දේත් කරගන්න බෑ. මම එහෙම දැකලා තියෙනවා ගොඩාක් දරුවෝ. ක්ලියර්ද? බලන්න කොහොමද මැනේජ් කරන්නේ දන්න ටිකෙන්. මම ගොඩක් ඒවා දන්නවනේ ළමයි. ඒවත් එක්ක මැනේජ් කරන්න. හරිද? අනිත් එක ඔය ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් එහෙම අමාරුණයි කියලා ළමයි ඔය එකක් දෙකක් පේපර් එකට එහෙම කියන. කොහොමද පේපර් එකක් හදන්නේ අර ඔයාලා දන්නවනේ අර ස්ටැට්ස් වල තියෙන normal distribution. يعني ගොඩක් CS වැඩි වෙන්න අමාරුත් නැති වෙන ලේසිත් නැති වෙන. ඒක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එහෙම ප්‍රොෆෙසර් හදන්නේ ළමයි. අර extremely complicated and extremely simple එහෙම ඒවා ඉන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි. ඒතර හැමෝටම මැනේජ් කරන්න පුළුවන් පේපර් එක. හරිද? දැන් සමහර ෆස්ට් එක ටිකක් ඔය ගොඩක් පේපර්ස් වල අමාරුයි. දැන් accounting එහෙම ටයිම් ගොඩක් අවුල්යයි. එහෙම කියලා ළමයි යාර එහෙම මෙන්ටලි වැටෙන්න එපා ළමයි. රයිට්. ඒක මෙහෙම. නම් අපි සෙකන්ඩ් එකෙන් එහෙම කියද? එහෙම කරන්න ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකක් ගන්න එපා ළමයි. මම දැන් අර ගොඩක් ළමයි මම දැකලා තියෙනවා අන්තිම වෙලාවේ බොරුවට නිකන් unnecessary pressure එකක් අරගෙන නිකන් පිස්සු නටනවා ළමයි. කෙනෙක් ක්ලියර්. එහෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ. හරි calm වෙන්න, හොඳට ගන්න, හොඳට නිදා ගන්න මේ දවස් ටික. හරි. පාඩම් කරන්න, හරි ෆ්‍රී එකේ ඉන්න ළමයි. රිලැක්ස් වෙන්න, එක්සෑම් එකට යද්දි ගොඩාක් රිලැක්ස් වෙන්න. කරන්න. අපි බලමු තව කොහොම හරි එක දවසක්. හරි දෙකක් හරි ගන්න ක්ලාස් එක කරන්න. ඕනික කරන්න ළමයි. ඉතින් දැන්
Sir, MCQ डिस्कस करूंगा तब.
තව එකක්. හරි අපි තව එක පේපර් එකක් කරමු. හරිද? Okay. That's enough today ළමයි. 2025 එකේ මම ඩිස්කස් කරන්නේ 2025.
करा सर मैं ये तीन आता जो.
එකක් තියනවද කරන්න? 2025 එක කරමු. හරි. Okay ළමයි. See you next day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Record.